bless you. We wanted to read the Gingerbread Baby with you today. This book is called Gingerbread Baby. Remember how we read Gingerbread Man yesterday? Just put it on the table behind you. This is Gingerbread Baby.
A baby?
Yeah.
That's a big book.
It is a big book.
Yeah, no what? I didn't know which place is the first one.
It was cold outside. It was warm inside. A fine day for gingerbread, Maddie thought. Maddie's mother put the big blue bowl on the table and lit the stove. Maddie took down a worn-looking cookbook with an old-fashioned writing on the cover. He opened it up. The first page that said, Gingerbread Boy. They measured and they mixed. Maddie rolled the dough into the shape of a gingerbread boy and they popped him in the oven. Bake a full 8 minutes. The recipe read. Maddie listened to the clock. Tick, tock, 1. Tick, tock, 2. Tick, tock, 3. 4. 5. Maddie could not wait any longer. He opened the oven door to take a peek. Instead of a gingerbread boy, out jumped a gingerbread baby. You see him? He pranced around the big blue bowl. I'm the gingerbread baby, fresh from the pan.
Why?
If you want me, catch me if you can.
Did she peek and it popped out? Was it a baby because she didn't let it go in there for long?
Sure was. Maddie's mother reached for the gingerbread baby to put him back into the oven, but he ran all around the kitchen. The door opened and in came Maddie's father's. What's that delicious smell? He asked. The gingerbread baby tumbled through his legs and outside through the yard. Uh-oh, the gingerbread baby's on the loose. He ran by the tabby cat. She twitched her tail and sprang at him. They rumbled and tumbled, but the gingerbread baby came out on top. He ran toward the garden wall. The dog caught a whiff of tasty ginger and sniffed along behind him. But when the gingerbread baby was halfway up, when the dog caught up, he barked and he barked as the gingerbread baby climbed over the wall. It's a sneaky baby. Maddie was still inside. He heard his mother and father yelling. He heard a cat meowing and a dog barking. And he heard the gingerbread baby shouting, "Catch me if you can!" Maddie opened the worn-looking cookbook for the second time. Meanwhile, the gingerbread baby wheeled down the path and into the barn. The goats looked up as he somersaulted across their backs. The last one tried to catch him, but the gingerbread baby was too fast.
I can go faster.
You think so? Martha and Madeline were standing by the well when the gingerbread baby stopped to take a drink. They looked at each other and winked. Martha started to talk to him while Madeline tiptoed up behind him with a bucket. But they couldn't fool that gingerbread baby. Do you think they caught him?
No.
Nope. What do you see Maddie is doing here? There's kind of a second little story going on. What is he doing? Why isn't he catching the gingerbread baby?
Because he's making them.
Don't say anything. Don't say anything, Ren. You know the story. He took a braid from Martha and a braid from Madeline and tied them in a knot. You'll see. And ran down the road. They're not going to get him. Back in the house, Maddie stirred, mixed, and rolled the dough. He shaped it, put it in a pan, and into the oven. Tick, tock, tick. 8 long minutes. This time he didn't peek. I will catch him if I can, Maddie said to himself.
But he caught it.
We'll see. Let's see what the gingerbread baby's going to do next. As he was bouncing along, the gingerbread baby saw a farm wagon just ahead. He jumped in and settled down for the ride next to a mama pig. The smell of gingerbread was too much for her. She tossed him high in the air, closed her eyes, and opened her mouth. But the gingerbread baby twisted in the air, came down on her porky snout. Did the pig eat her? Eat the gingerbread baby? Nope. On the gingerbread baby. Too quick for the mother and the father, too fast for the cat and the dog and the ghost, too clever for Martha and Madeline, too small for the mama pig. Who's left? Catch me if you can. Feeling smug, the gingerbread baby strolled along himself until he came to a bridge that crossed over a village. Just as he got to the middle, he heard running feet behind him. Oh no! The gingerbread baby was open and saw a crowd of villagers ahead of him. Oh no! The gingerbread baby was trapped. He jumped on the railing, backflipped through the air, and landed on a chunk of ice floating down the river. There he goes. He's gonna float down the river now. Did he get caught yet? Nope. The ice bobbed along with the gingerbread baby dancing on top and singing in a loud voice, "Look at me!" And what do you see? The best gingerbread baby ever.
Very close to getting him.
Until his feet got cold and he jumped ashore. Who was that watching from the trees? It was the fox. What did the fox do in the last book?
Eating him.
He did. It was the sneaky fox. He crept up behind the gingerbread baby, ready to eat him up. But the fox couldn't help himself, and he licked his chops. You know what it means to lick your chops? It means to go like that. And the gingerbread baby heard him. Smack your mouth. Smack, smack. The gingerbread baby heard him and ran as fast as he could. Well, this fox wasn't quite as sneaky, was it? Just when the fox was catching up to the gingerbread baby, she saw the milk and cheese man with a can of milk. Ooh, the perfect hiding space, he thought. He lifted the lid and lowered himself inside. He was so pleased that he sang at the top of his squeaky gingerbread voice, "Ha ha, hee hee, you'll never find me. I'm the gingerbread baby, catch me if you can." The milk and the cheese man heard the gingerbread baby's voice. "Who is meddling with my milk?" he shouted and lifted the lid. But the gingerbread baby was ready. He jumped up and he tweaked his nose. What do you see Maddie doing in this picture here?
Making a gingerbread house.
He's making a gingerbread house. That's strange. Shouldn't he be catching the gingerbread baby? Now the
He's
milk.
making a gingerbread house for the gingerbread.
That's really interesting.
Now
the milk and the cheese man, the fox, the villagers, the mama pig, Martha and Madeline, the father and the mother were all after the gingerbread baby. Look at all these people trying to catch him. And they were getting closer. Oh no. And the gingerbread baby knew it. The brash baby was not as peppy and proud as he had been. He sniffed a familiar smell and followed his nose into the woods. He couldn't believe what he saw. There, in the middle of a clearing, was a gingerbread house. Frosted with sugar, covered with candy, and doors with peppermint handles wide open. The gingerbread baby clapped his hands with glee, yay, and ran inside. Tick, tock, tick. Everyone arrived in the clearing, but all they found were a few bites of frosting, a peppermint candy, and some crumbs. The father exclaimed, "The gingerbread baby has finally met his match." "I wonder who it was," the mother said. "Let's go home and tell Maddie." "Hello, Maddie," his father said when they got home. "We never did catch that gingerbread baby. All we found were some crumbs in the snow." "I see you have been busy," his mother said, looking at the gingerbread house Maddie was holding. "Too bad we never caught that gingerbread baby." Too bad," said Maddie. Only Maddie could hear the tiny voice from inside the gingerbread house.
And he ate it.
No, he didn't.
Did he have a gingerbread?
Oh, here it is. "I'm the little gingerbread baby, lucky as can be, to be living in the house that Maddie made for me." He's a happy gingerbread baby. Would you be happy living in a house like this too?
No.
I think I would. Full of candy and gumdrops.
And then I would eat it. I would eat it.
Would you eat your way out of
I
it?
would eat the walls.
Preschool friends, I'm going to grab Annabelle here. Can you all say hi, Annabelle?
Hi, Annabelle.
Wave to her.
Hi, Annabelle.
Good job. Bye, Annabelle.